Let me tell you something about Vietnam. It's a place that hums with life, where the streets feel alive with the constant clatter of motorcycles, and the scent of food hits you from all directions. Vietnamese cuisine, it's not just food, it's a way of life. Everything here, from the simplest street food stall to a mom and pop restaurant tucked down an alley you can barely find, is a testament to generations of food culture. It's fresh, it's layered, and it packs a punch. If you think you know Southeast Asian cuisine and you haven't tasted these, you're still sitting on the sidelines. Here are 5 dishes that you must eat in Vietnam, preferably squatting on a plastic stool in a back alley while the world spins around you, because that's the only way to do it. First up is pho, the breakfast of champions. So, yeah, I know, you've heard of pho. But don't pretend like you know it until you've sat down at a hole-in-the-wall shop at dawn, with the steam rising from the bowl and the scent of star anise and cinnamon curling up your nose. Pho isn't just soup, it's a masterpiece in a bowl. The broth has been simmering for hours, sometimes overnight, coaxing the flavors from beef bones, herbs, and spices until it becomes liquid gold. Add in thin slices of raw beef, brisket, or even chicken, some fresh herbs, a squeeze of lime, and a hit of chili, and you've got something that'll change your life, or at least your morning. Number 2, banh mi. Let's be honest, colonialism left its scars, but out of that mess came something beautiful, the banh mi, a crisp, light baguette. Yes, thank the French for that. Stuffed with pickled vegetables, a smear of pâté, a few slices of cold cuts, and sometimes grilled pork or chicken, all topped with fresh cilantro and a healthy dose of spicy chili sauce. The beauty of the banh mi is its balance, the softness of the bread against the crunch of the veggies, the savory meat balanced with the tartness of the pickles, and a kick from the chili. It's a sandwich, sure, but it's also a love letter to everything Vietnam has endured and embraced. Next up, bun cha. Obama knew what was up. There's a reason even the president couldn't resist sitting down for a bowl of this. Bun cha is a Hanoi specialty, a grill-your-own affair with a plate of smoky pork patties and pork belly swimming in a light, tangy broth. You grab some cold rice, vermicelli noodles, a few sprigs of fresh herbs, and dunk it all into the broth. The charcoal grilled meat, the crispness of the greens, and the sweetness of the dipping sauce come together in a way that's so simple, yet so perfect. It's messy, it's greasy, and you'll want to eat it with your hands because that's how the locals do it. Number 4 is Khao Lao, a taste of ancient Hoi An. Now, if you find yourself wandering the streets of Hoi An, you'd better track down some Khao Lao. It's unlike anything else in Vietnam. The noodles, they're made with water from ancient cham wells, giving them a texture you won't find anywhere else. And then there's the mixed slices of tender pork, crispy croutons, fresh greens, and herbs, all swimming in a small amount of rich, savory broth. It's a little like pho, but with a history that goes back centuries and flavors that linger long after you've slurped the last noodle. And finally, the 5th must-try in Vietnam is goi quan, Vietnam's answer to fresh. Forget everything you know about spring rolls. Vietnamese goi quan, also known as fresh spring rolls, are a whole different ballgame. Think of them as the healthier, fresher cousin of those deep-fried rolls you're used to. Rice paper wraps up a mix of shrimp, pork, vermicelli noodles, and fresh herbs. You dip it in a peanut hoisin sauce, and suddenly everything is right in the world. It's light, refreshing, and somehow manages to be filling without weighing you down. The first bite is like a breath of fresh air after a long day of traveling in the sweltering heat. And that, my friends, is unforgettable. Here's the deal. Vietnam's food isn't just about eating, it's about understanding a culture that thrives on contrast, light and dark, sweet and sour, heat and cool. And that's what makes it unforgettable. These 5 dishes will get you started, but don't stop there. Vietnam has a way of sneaking up on you, one bite at a time, until you're hooked for life. If you have enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something, please leave a like and subscribe if you choose. And remember, cook, drink, eat, and repeat.